What's going on, everybody? Dots here, and today I'm going to be explaining to you guys how to use Fughar's Timepiece in Black Desert Online. Knowing how to use Fughar's Timepiece on the season servers is very important, because if you do not use this item, you will not be able to participate in early graduation, and so you can't do that with this in your inventory. So knowing how to use it is going to be very important. Plus, there are some great benefits to using Fughar's Timepiece, but I will say that it is very easy to use this item wrong and kind of mess up your second character. So I do want to discuss how to actually use Fughar's Timepiece properly and some tips and tricks on how to go about using it. So Fughar's Timepiece is an item that is acquired from Fughar. Your character has to be level 56 on the season servers, and then you can go talk to Fughar and you'll get a quest, Fughar's Special Timepiece. You simply talk to him, complete the quest, and boom, you now have that item in your Pearl inventory. It's not in your regular inventory. I lost my timepiece for like 3 days because I didn't realize it was in my Pearl inventory. So it does go in your Pearl inventory. Now, basically, I'll put the timepiece up on the screen right now and basically explain what it does in English. So what this simply does is it basically will make a copy of your character's experience for combat and skill onto a second character. So let's say you have a level, in my case, a level 61 Dracania with, you know, a certain amount of skill points. You can basically copy all of that combat and skill XP onto another character, which in my case is this Nova that you see on my screen. And now she is level 61 with the same amount of skill points, and boom, you basically get a second character, 2-for-1 deal from all your efforts originally in the season server. Now, something to keep in mind though is that only the experience is copied. Your quest progression and other things are not copied, so that is just something to keep in mind. And when you actually go through and do this copy, now obviously your previous character, again in my case the Dracania, will no longer be a season character, and all of the season privileges will now go to my new character. So that will be my Nova. So now the Nova can use all of the old Tuvala gear that I was using on the Dracania until graduation comes up, and then she will be the one that goes ahead and graduates. You'll also be issued 3 Tuvala weapon exchange coupons, because obviously in BDO, weapons are class specific. So now I can turn my Dracania weapons into Nova weapons using the Tuvala exchange coupons. And now my Nova is decked out in full Tuvala gear. But again, the reason that noting that the quest progression is not imported is because now on that new character, you got to go through the Awakening quest line, and you got to go through the Succession quest line all again. But you are going to notice that if you use Fughar's Timepiece on your second character, right? Because it actually has to be used on your original season character. So again, in my case, Dracania, on a normal server, not on a season server. It's got to be done on a normal server, and then you can actually use the copy. It'll bring up a window, and you know, I'll showcase this on the screen, myself actually doing it, and it will transfer all the permissions over. Now, there's a piece of preparation that you can do on the character you're going to transfer to, in my case again the Nova, before you do the timepiece, because I'm guessing if you are like me, you are not going to want to quest again on another character. And if you kind of like mess up where your second character is before you actually go through and do the copy, you're going to have to quest again. So I'm going to show you guys right now how to basically prevent that. So when you actually create the new character that you want to timepiece to, again in my case the Nova, you're going to want to create the character and then have the Nova, or excuse me, have your second character basically go through the original game quest line, not the Mountain of Eternal Winter. You're going to send them through the beginning part of the main quest line up until you get the quest, the Sage of Velia, where you have to go speak to Hans. That is where you are going to stop. Now, then you're going to go ahead, do the timepiece copy, okay? Go back onto your second character, again in my case the Nova, and then complete the Sage of Velia, talking to Hans, and then talking to a Lustin, who will then give you the option to either quest again or skip through the quest lines, and then you get all of those extra bonus rewards, obviously because you didn't quest, so it gives them all to you at once, which again I'm going to show myself on opening all of that stuff right here on the screen. Now, the reason that is important to do is because if you start playing on that new character to start to level them up a little bit before you actually do the timepiece copy, you can only have the option to skip the quest line for the game, the questing, on a season character. And so if you for some reason quest past a Lustin and then do the timepiece copy, you will not be able to skip, and you are going to need to go through all of the quests again. So making sure that you stop your character right at Hans in Velia before you talk to a Lustin is extremely important, because like I said, you can only do that skip on a season character, and you obviously need to timepiece their second character to give them season status, so that you will obviously be able to go ahead and do that quest skip. Also, just a couple of notes about the timepiece is that besides your quest progression, things like your inventory slots, your weight, pearl outfits, life skill, etc., all that stuff, none of that's transferred. You cannot reverse this once it is done. And so basically, literally only the combat stuff, the combat XP and the skill experience, it's added onto your second character. It is not like transferred, deleted. So that's just something to keep in mind. So just, you know, some little notes I wanted to add here for the end of this guide. But that is basically how I would recommend using the timepiece. It could seem a little confusing at first, but I just wanted to make this quick guide so that you guys really understood how to do this. If you are right now, though, questing through the season servers and are struggling to hit your pen to Vala gear before the end of the season, I will link a guide in the description below on how to actually do that and optimize your gear progressions so that when you do graduate, you can be ready to have that full pen to Vala gear, which essentially is the equivalent to that Tet boss armor. But that is going to be it here for my Fughars timepiece guides. Guys, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, I would really appreciate if you left a like on the video. If you have any questions about the timepiece, feel free to leave a comment below, and for more BDO beginner guys, please hit that sub button as well as the bell to keep those notifications on. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I do very much appreciate it. As always, I'm Dots Gaming, and I'll see you all in the next video.